Today at the table I've got a very special handgun. This is a Smith and Wesson Pre-Model 30 Hand-Ejector. It's in 32 Smith and Wesson Long, which means it can also shoot 32 Smith and Wesson. It is a 6-shot J-Frame, which is something you don't see that much anymore unless you're buying the very rare 327 Magnum J-Frames, which I'm not sure if they still even make those. I know Ruger has been making some for their LCR, but this is a very special little gun in that it came about in sort of a odd time for Smith and Wesson. They were moving away from the I-frame models, which this was originally built on. It's just a slightly smaller frame for this really mild cartridge. And then they beefed it up to a J-frame, and sort of whenever they were going back and forth with 38 specials, they were still making these for a while because it's light recoiling, very good for someone who has a bad recoil impulse. And you can still find these used. I've found a few of them, but they all have a shorter barrel. This again, sort of a special gun because it's got a 3-inch barrel, but is a J-frame. Something that if you want one now, I think they only make those in 357 Magnum, unless you have someone go through and swap out barrels for you. But we're going to take a couple shots with it today at about 7 yards on a silhouette target we've got downrange. And I'm going to show you really quick just some comparison between the 32 Smith and Wesson Long and some other popular cartridges. Stick around. All right, going from left to right, we have 22 long rifle, 32 Smith and Wesson Long, 38 Special, and 357 Magnum. All of these are rimmed cartridges, and of course this is going from least powerful to most powerful. Let's take a couple shots. All right, we're going to load it up. Again, this little gun does take 6. It is chambered for 6, which again is a big deal with a J-frame. My Smith and Wesson 442 in 38 Special only takes 5. Now 38 Special is much more powerful than 32 Smith and Wesson, but I can see why someone would want the extra round even if it's a soft shooting round. So we're going to shoot this target, again it's a silhouette target, about 7 yards away. I'm going to do 6 on single action and 6 on double action. So let's get the single action out of the way. So a good bit of those are in the red circle there, and then again we just eject. With this being a longer barrel, you do get a longer ejector rod, which means those shells come out very easily. Now let's do 6 on double action. This gun was built during the time, and again I'm going to guess early to mid 50s, considering it does not have a model number under the crane. And since it's the J-frame, if it was an I-frame, it may be earlier than that. But this was also made during the time when we had the jagged, more target triggers, they called them. Now we have more of a smooth face trigger. So it makes it a little harder to shoot in double action because your finger, the natural inclination is for it to want to slide across, and this sort of makes it grip, which is kind of difficult. All right, let's try 6 on double action. Okay, let's check out those shots. So the majority of them are touching or within this 9 ring here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 8. All right here within the red. Then we have 9, 10, 11, and 12. This right here, I wouldn't worry about those little guys. These right here, though, just fine. Now, just for comparison's sake, this is my Smith and Wesson 442 in 38 Special. Both, again, are J-frame revolvers. One has a almost 2-inch barrel, a little under 2 inches, the other with a 3-inch barrel. You'll see again that smooth trigger I was telling you about versus this textured trigger. And of course, this is an internal hammer model where this is not. This also has a hammer mounted firing pin, and the barrel is pinned into place. Now, we all saw the recoil from that, again, very mild shooting 32 Smith and Wesson Long. I've got some hand load 38 specials here, either hand load or reloads. I think there's reloads. And again, no option for single action here, so this is double action only. We're going to try to hit, again, center mass on this target. Much more stout than that 32. Woo! And again, shorter ejector rod means they all but one came out that time. And we added some more to the let's not talk about that section down here at the bottom. So I think we had 2 down here earlier, so 3 of those went low, 2 of them went within our 9 ring. Much easier to control that 32 Smith and Wesson versus the 38 Special. My impulse with the 38 Special was to grip a little tighter, which made me pull down on it. So I absolutely see the value still today in little guns like this. These little 32 caliber revolvers, again, it's a small package, still the same size as the current J-frames, but can hold an extra round. And with 32 wad cutters, I hear that's one of the preferred ways folks would carry this for defensive purposes, using wad cutters instead of lead round nose, like what I've got right here. Could be an effective little get off me gun. Ones with a little bit longer of a barrel, even a fun plinking gun. Either way, this again is the Smith and Wesson Pre-Model 30 hand ejector. Thanks for watching. If you're not already, follow us on Instagram. We are at Yonder Oak. You can get some behind the scenes pictures and footage there, and some short form content not really suitable for this platform. Thanks again for stopping by.